Hello, Dork Squad. I'm Jonathan Cormer, and you're listening to Dorktales Storytime, the podcast for kids and their pop culture-loving grown-ups.
It's a beautiful day for a story, adventure and glory, new friends and old ones too. It's an excellent day to get swept away in a tale, so let us regale you.
Reg, Jonathan, thank goodness you're home.
Well, I'm home. Reg doesn't live here. Not technically. Hey, just because you nap on the couch enough to have your own pillow doesn't mean... Oh, never mind. Sherlock Nettlesbee, to what do we owe the pleasure of you at my door this afternoon?
It's not pleasant news, I'm afraid.
Oh, goodness. Another mystery, I presume?
Precisely, but this one hits too close to home.
How close? Yes, and where's your trusty companion, John Wabbitson?
That's precisely what it is. Wabbitson is missing.
Oh, no! Gasp!
And I'm simply frantic about it. I can't keep my thoughts straight, which, you know, is highly unusual for me.
Inconceivable.
I figured it would be best to ask you two for assistance.
To take on the role of co-chief Gumshoes with you? It'd be a dream! And we'd retrieve Wabbitson, of course. Yes, we'll help you however we can, Sherlock. How can we start?
Let's head back to my nest. I've got some fresh acorns to share for lunch, and we can start sniffing for clues.
Well, lead us there, Sherlock. Let's get sniffing.
Great! Let's leap to the treetops! Oh.
Wow, Sherlock. I didn't know you meant literally leaping that much. Yeah, after this case, my calves will certainly burn. You do really jump to it, Sherlock.
What can I say? I'm a squirrel. Leaping's in my nature.
So, wow. I guess I've never been in a squirrel's nest before. You know, I've seen some of them from my walks, but not the inside. It's real cozy. Yes, larger than one might assume. On the inside. So, Sherlock, what's different here? Is anything out of place? We should turn over every leaf. Leaf no leaf unturned. Yep. Nope, this one. Nope. Nothing on here. Nope. This. Nope. This. Nope. 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 Nuh-uh. Nope. 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 Oh, hold on, Reg. Let's go about this methodically.
Indeed, my usual tactic, Jonathan. But I just can't think straight with Wabbitson in danger.
Well, we don't know that he is yet, Sherlock. I promise we'll find him. Now, you were on the right track, Reg, but leaving no leaf, or leafing no leaf, unturned in a squirrel's nest is a bit like counting sand on the beach. We'll be here for days.
It would help if Wabbitson were simply to return. Oh, I do miss him. He usually leaves a note. Something serious must be afoot.
Well, we'll keep raking through all these clues.
We don't have enough time or enough rakes. What if something terrible happened to Wabbitson?
You keep mentioning this. Could something terrible have happened?
Well, if it did, I'd know exactly who's behind the nefarious act.
Who?
James Moray-eel-arty.
Moray-eel-arty?
Yes, my fishy nemesis. He's a rotten nut if ever I saw one, always escaping in a plume of ink with his squiddy cronies.
Well, Moray-eel-arty lives in the lake, right?
That's where his lair is, yes.
But the leaves in your home, they're all dry. Very clever of Moray-eel-arty to bring a top. Well...
Yes! Yes! That's precisely what it must have been, Reg. A tarp. When he kidnapped Wabbitson! The slithering fiend.
Don't you think you're leaping? We must leap into the lake and investigate. Oh, friends, let's just take a second to...
You're right! I don't know where my head is today. Thanks, Reg. To the lake!
Listen, friends, I know we're hot on the trail, but maybe cold and slimy on the trail when it comes to Moray-eel-arty, Jonathan.
Good one. Oh, how can I laugh at such a worrisome time as this? Wabbitson must be somewhere hungry as can be.
Hungry?
He left all his carrots at my nest. He never goes anywhere without a bushel.
A whole bushel?
And look, in the sand leading to the lake, a clue.
What? That line in the sand?
Precisely.
Oh, it could have been drawn by Moray-eel-arty's slithering henchmen. They drew it
as they dragged him under the water. That Moray-eel-arty, how could you?
Gasp! We solved it! Now, wait a minute.
Okay, let's leap one more time.
To the depths of the lake!
Okay, I'm no swimmer, but I'm ready to do it for Wabbitson.
Righto! Let's bring him back! Friends, stop! I fear you're leaping...
Precisely!
To conclusions.
Jonathan, whatever could you mean?
Well, you said you thought it was Moray-eel-arty. Right, Sherlock?
Precisely.
Righto. So, who's that swimming towards us now?
Moray-eel-arty!
And my squid cronies, Squish and Squirt.
Squid how, 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 squid how.
What's this I hear you're saying about me, Nettlesbee? Better not be stirring up any trouble. Give him back!
Yes, the jig is up! We know you've got Wabbitson!
What? Absolutely not. Though it would have been hilarious to do so. We've had a lazy Sunday in the reeds. No bunnies here, just us. No rabbits? You didn't kidnap him? How could I? I'm frankly insulted. You think I'd even worry about your sidekick that much? I couldn't care less. Toodles!
Squid how, squid how, squid how, squid how, squid how, squid how, squid how.
Wow. He really just left in a cloud of smoke. Squid ink. Yeah, that was impressive. But it doesn't mean we found any clues.
Oh, come now. Some of our leaps were helpful. We found him.
Yes, and even though we didn't find any carrots, we did rule out Moray-eel-arty. That's a start. But we gotta stop leaping to conclusions. I know it feels right in the moment, but we need to follow real evidence. The things we can touch, smell, see, and hear. Oh, I get it. We must go with things like the sand, the time of day. Maybe even over here. I see some reeds I can look through. Yes, we can look at what's around us. Like the furry paw prints of... Wabbitson!
I,
John Wabbitson!
in the fur, that's me.
But I thought you were missing.
Kidnapped! And we just figured out it wasn't Moray-eel-arty.
Sherlock,
Didn't you see my note?
Note?
You left a note? Oh, yes. I left Sherlock a note.
I was just so worried.
I must have blown off your desk as you blustered about, my friend.
Or maybe after you whipped through my office announcing something about needing to go get tea poured.
Huh? Oh, Sherlock, you weren't listening. I said to you, in both the note and as I was leaving, see you in a few days. I'm going to the seashore.
Well, now I feel really silly.
That's all right, mate. I, egged you on.
Leaping like a squirrel.
Leaping to conclusions, as Jonathan kept saying. You heard me? Well, yes. But I think it was a lesson we needed to learn ourselves. No matter how much you tell it to us, we needed to have first-paw experience in the pitfall of making assumptions. Right. It could have ended dangerously. Sometimes it's really hard not to assume the worst and get lost in worry. So, I understand. It was really smart to seek out your friends who could help you think things through.
Yes, now that my mind is a little calmer and I have my wits again, I can say we weren't really following the evidence. In fact, we were letting our anxiety make it up.
To appear worse than it really was. And I've been safe in my aunt's home the entire time, knitting and eating cinnamon rolls.
Now, I truly do feel silly. How do I avoid feeling that anxious when we're next apart, Wabbitson?
First things first, remember to look for the notes I leave.
Might I suggest a paperweight next time?
Aye, fair play, Sherlock. But also, you can start to recognize when your brain might be leaping a little too quickly into a scary place, before it guides you to make frantic choices. And if it's too hard not to get lost in your worries, you already did the best thing you can possibly do. You asked for help.
Thank you, friends, for your assistance today. You are truly excellent co-detectives.
And we'll always be here to show you the evidence that sometimes worries are nettle they're cracked up to be.
Oh, good one, Reg!
Well, at least we didn't get to do a scuffle with Moray-eel-arty. Yeah, that was a close one.
Now that we've cracked the case, does anyone want to come back to my nest for some acorn soup? No leaf investigation required.
Oh, yes. I do. Can mine be carrot soup?
What did I tell you? He loves those carrots. Good to have you back home, old chum.
This has been a John and Character production. Today's story was written by Amy Thompson and edited by Molly Murphy. Special thanks to Eric O'Keefe from What If World, who voiced Sherlock Nettlesbee. All other characters were performed by Jonathan Cormer. Sound recording and production by Jermaine Hamilton at Hamilton Studio Recordings. Reach out to us on Instagram or email us at dorktalestorytime@gmail.com. You can find links in the show notes. Now, go be the hero of your own story, and we'll see you next Once Upon a Time.
So gather your squad for all to see. It's a universe that we've imagined. There's twists and turns and lessons learned. This is where the unexpected happens. Join our humble hosts and hit the trails of the wonderful, wacky, wild world of Dorktales.